BLG. We'll have to see. We haven't seen much jungle poppy here, and you're right, Dag, it's the MF.
Yeah, Misfortune going to come in. Does feel like a bit of a dangerous game for MF, although you don't necessarily have sort of the classic counters in things like...
You can already see they're setting up for the lane swap, but I think this is smart from Hanwha also with the champion.
Yeah, Zeka already finding an angle onto this Rumble, not quite getting the stun, the heroic charge not quite working, and down to 100, but he'll walk out, no flash needed.
This is huge though, wait, they might keep going here.
Tanking.
All right, Zeka's just gonna dive underneath, doesn't find the chain, there's the headbutt for the kill. They have to throw the kitchen sink at it, Knight's gonna trade one back. Down. Oh God, the verging on BLG, these grubs should belong to them, but we'll see whether Zeka can say anything about it. Yeah, they have to get out of here. There is no shot for this one. Maybe try again with the next pack, but this is not yours, HLE.
And this advantage for BLG comes back to Doran having to blow that teleport level 1 to get down to the bottom side. Bane is able to roam up towards top side off of that nice push. He then teleports down to the bottom wave to pick up
just the same as everyone else, don't you worry. Our voices sound a bit weird, but that's about it. Okay, that's a flash pulverize. Headbutt comes back. On to on, he's gonna get knocked up. Zeka finds the chain, and he's got the Spirit Rush as well, so there should be no way out here for On. Zeka picks up the first.
Able to get that Drake, but that's such a cheeky play by Peanut and Zeka. That was no ultimate on
this
side.
Team that we're watching right now, so things don't make a whole lot of sense, but that should be 4 grubs going over to BLG. Will they make it out, or will they go for the team fight? That's the question. The teleport coming on in already. Knight is going to back up the rest of the team. Hanwha Esports taking control of the pit. Delight fumbling the engage a little bit. Magnus Storm comes through as Viper, trying to fight off Shun, but it's Zeka that picks up the first in the team fight. Shun down solo. Doran is leaving them on the floor, and there's the ultimate. Zeka says, you can be Vibe and I'll steal your ult. They'll just be better. Knight now just trying to escape, but everyone on HLE is chasing after them, and that is the team.
Maybe Doran is the new target for Shun.
Yeah, if in doubt, gank Doran seems to be something that a lot of teams have caught on to, as he's going to flash, looking to try and escape. This one gets underneath the turret. Now the Vault Breaker comes down. The Harpoon is going to leave. Being able to pick up this Drake with all that positional advantage that they get, they're going to be very happy with. 1 second.
They might be trying a dive play on Zeka. Right now, he's respecting it. I think Zeka is a great example of success not here, and I think today is a better player than he's ever been, despite actually having that world title in 2022. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for Zeka.
Barrage is, you know, a decent attempt, but it's not going to save it.
And this is where the power from this...
Yeah, Bin on a great flank angle here as Peanut finds himself alone. There's the flash out, but the follow comes through. Chain's going to connect there from Zeka, but Peanut, I think he's not long for the world, and there he goes. Doran, that Narbar is looking absolutely gorgeous, but the Boomerang is not going to find the mark. Looking for the straggler there, as On is just going to back away.
Off for Knight are so vital to this squad. It gives them that opportunity to try and play through.
They have such good position right now on this Drake. BLG's going to have to hard force in. The Arya is on a flank, though.
Yep, the Narbar is now in perfect position here for Doran, though. BLG, can they actually stall this one out? That's going to be the question as Knight. He throws out the ultimate. The chains are going to miss. He's just dodging Zeka. That's going to be Peanut. He just stuff, but hasn't really been gravitating to it more recently. It's good to see it as there. Speaking of which, heroic charge, and there goes Knight. They'll be able to take this Baron after one ultimate takes them a dragon. Will we get another team fight? The answer might be no, unless BLG find an angle here. There is a 2-man Magnus Storm. They're off the Baron now as the bullet time does barely anything. Equalizer is gorgeous, but the Baron goes over to HLE, and I think that they should be able to disengage with just a little bit of stake left on the ground. As On, oh, you're by yourself, buddy. He should be taken down. It's the ultimate from Peanut. Says, all right, we'll just take 2 of them. Set up the kills as Elk goes over the wall. Doran almost
destroying BLG in this game.
Absolutely ridiculous stuff. Of course, just a bit of a reminder.
That wave pretty easily. 1/3 of the mid turret being down at 30 minutes. And
good reaction there from Peanut, but he's not going to be able to react to the charm. They managed to lock him down to the bullet time, getting a fair bit of value. But the pulverize is huge. Delight knocks up 3, and the rest of HLE will knock the rest down. Bin is told to leave. Viper chasing him out at Knight. On a flank angle now, clearing up vision. BLG. They are in the fog of war for the moment, but can they actually get here in time? As Shun nowhere near the pit, and Peanut's going to be able to lock that one down. Now Zeka dives into the backline. Knight out of there with the Spirit Rush, but so is Zeka. They're able to take down the horse lady before the fight even really starts. And there is another 1-2. Shun's just taken down. The Rumble gets 1, but it's Viper that's laying down the Mystic shots. He gets a double, but who cares? It's an ace for HLE.
BLG can't set up, and Hanwha are giving them a big old hug with all these melee champions.
What year is
BLG
it? Is it 2022 again? Like, I don't know. Zeka hasn't been doing this all year.
Zeka Silas always arrives. You can't short sell Viper though.
Oh, yeah.
606, 330 CS at 32 minutes on this Ezreal. The Baron buff is down. I don't think they can end it here, but my God, did they break this game open.
Certainly did. They break the base open as well. Mid lane outer turret will finally go down, but the inhibitor on the bottom side of the map as well. This does feel like a real gut punch from HLE for the first time this game.
And the last time we saw BLG go up against Doran, Peanut and Delight, they beat game 1, they took game 2.
They try and set up their 6,000
coming.
gold behind. And it's an Ocean
Surprise!
Soul as well as Peanut. He comes out. There's another two-man pole. There goes Knight. He just doesn't get to play the game here in game number 1. The bullet time actually getting some value, but they just sidestep it. Bin not allowed in, not allowed to do anything at all. That equalizer is still up and available from the death chamber as Doran somehow almost surviving. It is going to be the Gnar falling, but it's HLE that'll march towards the Nexus and look to close game 1.
The ace may not be clean, but the fight sure is from Hanwha. Beautiful flank, beautiful stuff, and a beautiful game 1.
HLE absolutely showing up.
And there is the first Nexus to go down in the series. Kind of down at the draft, not there. And it is going to be a purple combo here as the cow once again for Delight. This guy's pulverizers have been absolutely fantastic, but I'm looking at BLG. And one thing I think that you could say is that, oh, range could be a little bit of a problem. But HLE, absolutely. And I thought that he was dead to rights. But there's a two-man pulverize here towards the bottom side of the map. Viper and On now doing battle. The Ignite to go down, sending a message there. As the, the sidestep from Bin is gorgeous. Shun's going to turn up. Doran knows that he's just dead. He misses the boomerang, doesn't get the order.
I think they might go for the replay dive.
Oh, the equalizer goes down. Doran gets flashed on as well. There's the permafrost, and he's just dead again. This whole wave.
Ending if BLG can play this out. When that happens to your top laner, Peanut's trying to make a play though.
Make his way down. Elk already having to flash here. Does have the blade caller. There's the heal as well. They've used everything. Knight is now rotating over. And they know they have to get out. Don't want to give him space for that ultimate.
Viper, but I think it will be a case of hit 6, then use all these ultimates when they come back up to target Viper.
He's giving HLE some sort of confidence here. As On's going to get tagged. There's a headbutt pulverize. As Peanut not quite able to grab him, does head over towards Shun now. Pretty tanky, and now the charm comes in. There's the knock-up. They look to blow them up at Knight into the impale, but it does not matter. The damage had already happened. Peanut now in the back of this pit, just wanting to get out if he can. He's not going to be able to. Delight just hightails it out of there, and that should be 6 scrubs and a team fight win for BLG.
And this is just a completely different BLG. They're the ones that are set up first on the objective, and I gotta say, what is HLA thinking? This was such an easy setup by BLG. Rumble was ready to teleport. He was always correct that differential, but it just made things worse.
Well, now you can see Viper moving on over. There's a headbutt pulverize only onto Shun though, hit by the charm, but now On, he gets his way in there. Knight looking to just return the favor onto Zeka. He's not allowed to play the game this time around. Ari's just not allowed to.
Dead this whole series. Yep. Whether you're dead against Poppy or whether you're dead against the Yone, not even allowed to play the game.
Back up towards that top side as well. You can see in the MasterCard lane economy snapshot just how much gold BLG is growing here.
Yeah, this is an absolute shellacking. Should be enough support here to keep Knight safe.
I think so as well. They get good vision. Four people though.
Unless everyone comes down.
But at the same time, they're pressuring other parts of the map right away. Xayah was able to shove in mid lane. They're threatening Doran off the top turret once again, so that's then pulling resources up from HLE. The most impressive thing for me by BLG this game is the way that their aggression is measured.
Yeah.
They're still deathless, but they've controlled every objective. And as I say that, they pull off another big play.
Yeah, that is going to be just a blade caller to keep Peanut in his tracks, and they're not able to do anything. Of course, getting the Featherstorm, a big deal if there is going to be a potential fight that HLE are in any position to win, but I don't know whether there's going to be any of those.
But I think this tempered play is coming a lot through Shun. Question marks why he was brought back into the team, but against G2 he's showing up and now again.
Oh, the equalizer does go down, but Zeka is here to try and defend Doran. Still, it's just going to be a kill in the 2v1, and Bin's looking to scrap shield as well. It's Zeka that has to flash to pick it up, and now he may not even be safe. Knight and Shun making their way up to try and get revenge for their top laner, but it's already a 1-for-1. The ulti's going to connect now. It's in melee range. I don't think this Ari's going to have a very good time at all. Spear Rush comes out, but caught by the knock-up. Just ban Yone.
You cannot go up against Bin. What, in the mid?
All right, Elk might be going down this time. No Featherstorm this time around, as there's the flash out of the Blade Core. They needed everything to kill him, but at least they get that.
So even if they lose this game, Viper's still incredible.
He's really good,
He's still able to do whatever he wants. He's going to have to execute here, and this is actually what it takes for HLE to get 2 kills. It's not even a positive play.
No.
They lost 3 people when all...
Team fight just yet, and we may not for the rest of this game. There should be nothing to force BLG into doing it, as now Headbutt Pulverize. He's going to connect on to Elk. Blade Caller comes through. Delight with that ultimate running is looking okay, but there's the red carpet put down. Doran, can you get to the Mega Gnar? That's the question, but already the fight might just be over. The Gnar only won, even though he was surrounded.
It can never be fair with this level of income inequality.
Yeah.
I think we've learned that from society, but it's definitely present in this game.
And the funny thing was, this is a very reminiscent of this Worlds last year when BLG played up against Gen G. Game 2 was very heavily BLG favor, but they want to change it here as Hanwha.
Well, Viper's flanking. I don't know whether that's a good thing, but maybe it's going to work out here. The killer instinct is exactly that, as Elk is going to go down first, but it's a trade of 80 carries. Into the back line of the Dragon Pit goes Shun, and now he's looking to try and lock down the cow. They've rebuilt the Phalanx. The triple knock from Knight is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
They still managed to take him down, though, and there's a wallop from Doran. The team fighting Nam may have actually found something here, as Peanut is looking to push Bin away. The wallop is going to connect. What is happening? This should not be happening.
Hanwha saw no ultimates on BLG. They said, this is our moment. We need to go. And Hanwha find the perfect fight with seconds remaining on some of these ultimates.
Objective bounty collected as
Baron?
Okay, we're just going to do a Baron. I guess that whole fight from before is just not even real. And now with a purple buff. Especially with this inner turret going down, as you can see with our Rebel Baron power plate, that will extend to about 2k. 2.2, in fact. There's now some defense of these inhibitor turrets going to have to come on through. 4 members in the mid lane, though. I don't think they're saving that one, as Knight is probably dead. The flash has to be used. There's a max range impale. It is going to be the turret going down. And so they still lose. Siege happening. We mentioned already that there's about 0 range. And so sieging these turrets ain't great, but there's a Pulverize under 2. Featherstorm has to be used very, very early on, but Elk is still alive. The Equalizer goes down. Not the most massive value, but that Blade Caller was gorgeous. The ulti to come through. The Impale is decent as well. And it's Viper that's now trying to pop off in this fight. Somehow, it's actually a 1-for-1, but Doran might be a bit more valuable than On.
The fact that Elk was able to get that Featherstorm off was crucial. Everyone in Hanwha was colliding.
They are able to lock this one down. HLE setting up for a bit of a battle. Bin in that fog of war. They have control vision almost everywhere. Pulverize now on cooldown, unable to battle dance his way out of there. Peanut, can you actually get anything done? The Mega Gnar coming on through. It's Shun that's able to lock down the smite, but can they win the battle? That's the question. As into the backline they go, there's the charm onto Zeka, and they blow up the Ari yet again. Another double Pulverize, though, is now on there to try and help. Shun trying to get out of there, and he should be able to do so. Top lane is doing better. Viper gets into the backline and just executes Shun. Bin is so strong, though. Peanut could not stand up to him, and as we go back, it's Viper doing the Owen Wilson impression behind enemy lines, looking to keep himself alive.
It's the TP mid, though. Knight and Bin are looking to end the game. Viper will die to On.
Yeah, done with the shenanigans. Done with the shenanigans indeed. And BLG, they'll be taking down these Nexus turrets. HLE were trying to make these fights close, but in the end, the wallets will descend, and BLG will bring us to an even series and a best of 3 for the semifinals.
BLG fight back. Giga Bin for me in this game. He dominated Doran in the top lane early here. Late game insurance.
Well, that is a Wukong. That is a lot of mid-game power, if ever you see it, but not necessarily a lot of early game, and I guess in response to the Nocturne, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that's where my head's at is, hey, you just farm to level 6 alongside the Nocturne and become really strong. Position where Elk has to try and catch the wave, so Hanwha should just get these, and because Doran has so much control on that bottom side, the roam up nullifies Bin having that teleport advantage, so nice job here by Hanwha to play out the map state.
Oh, wow, that sidestep, absolutely beautiful there for Viper, as 3 grabs get that one. So a trade of neutrals here in this early game, not going to be that monopoly that we saw in game number 2. A very different game, as now the crash down onto On. He's going to be out of grand exit. Not a award, but it doesn't seem to matter, as the big collapse here from HLE towards the top side going to be given up on for the minute.
But look at where the wave is, so Elk and On have to aggress here, and that just
if
sets
at
up.
first you don't succeed, go for another one here, as On is going to look to turn this one around. There's the Paranoia diving right in on top, as can they actually get a first blood? Goes over to Zeka, the extendo beam will be available as well, and of course when you've got Paranoia to play around, that can be a danger. That is going to be grub number 1, locked down here for BLG. You know that HLE want to be able to get at least one of these. As now Doran looking for a bit of a wraparound, and it looks like it's going to be one grub going over to Hanwha, and BLG just going to cut their losses and leave.
Bin was walking up from River, but he'd actually
contest. Nara moved top so he could teleport down, and then they gave it away anyway because Shun wanted to go get Trinity Force, and the timing is just not quite there. So no one really cares about one.
I don't know if BLG are in a position to try and fight for this. You've already got the reset, so Hanwha going to pick this one up.
Yeah, Peanut just going to be able to take that one away.
BLG looking for the trade on map state with the Rift Herald being invested onto this bottom side.
Yep, that's going to be a turret going down. First turret blood over to HLE. That's going to give them a decent advantage, although it's answered immediately, so it is just that extra first turret gold that is able to be picked up as Arrow going to connect, and the immediate collapse comes down to Light. Just didn't know what hit him. Cyclone comes on through as now Peanut's going to join. The paranoia is going to be there. The fear, it goes off as on, looks for that backline, but Zeka, it's a great sidestep, and the ulti comes through from the full health Zeri. And oh dear, we may need to certify it as Doran is going to drop the lamppost on them, and Ben, he's got other things to say. It's a decent counter-strike, but is it going to be enough? He does take down on. He gets the double, but then he falls. It's going to be very, very scary unless he gets hit by an arrow from downtown. The chain's going to connect as well. Delight just has to watch, but does provide a leap. The Spirit Rush. Both teams ready for a battle here. Extendo Beam not going to quite find it there as the arrow will connect onto the Jax. They all dive forward. Can he get the counter-strike? And he does manage to do it, but he's still going to go down. There goes the Rel at the same time, and the Charm will connect, but the Charm does not matter. It's Knight that's able to pick up a double, and HLE, they are more than on the ropes now. They're going to lose their outer turret, and that could have been a game-ending play.
Internationally, Knight is known for his Ari, but domestically...
It was HLE that told us that.
Incredible, and this time, this fight, I really think HLE needed to give it up, but they want to keep the train moving. They're going for Knight.
Yep, Charm is going to connect there as the chain lash not quite going to work out. Peanut is going to make him a little bit afraid as the Orb of Deception comes down. He's buying so much time as even Doran's going to make his way in. You can see Delight, he was right there. They didn't want to
lane because they need to try and deny this 1-3-1 setup. Maybe looking it on here.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's the paranoia to dive in. They should be able to take down Elk. There it goes. The Magnus Storm is going to come through as well. As there's the Cyclone. Shun trying to turn this one around is on. He's not going to be able to help out. Still, Viper is dead. And the teleport from Gigabin into that backline. Second, nowhere to go. And he's just... Not wanting to give away Soul Point here, especially when it's that Mountain Soul, will make Bin almost impossible to kill. As Shun taking half of his health bar from Zeka here, who's already used his ultimate. Now that Nabar is looking brilliant. Oh, the Spirit Rush still comes down, but he's hit by the Arrow. Knight gonna lock that one down. Delight cannot do anything about it. And they lose two. They'll lose the Drake at the same time. HLE are flailing.
Even more control by BLG. Another Ash Arrow by Elk. They are far ahead here in the game 3.
Here is some local gold from this turret as well is going to be helping out, opening up the map as well for them, and some bounties again set up immediately.
Zeka lost ult there for basically nothing. Knight stole his ult, so they're panicking and going
they look for the backline, they dive onto where the money is, but that hop was gorgeous from Bin, and everyone else piles on to make sure that he's okay. He does lose a lot of his health bar, but he's still alive. Teleport at the ready as Doran diving on forward, doesn't find an engage angle. As they're looking to try and take down this dragon. This is so dangerous. Bin is only a matter of time to get back here. As Shun not going to be able to steal it, but it's Viper that somehow takes the dragon. Doran flashes away, but the chains will meet him, and now Knight has them exactly where he wants them, going 1 versus 2, and he likes those odds. As it's Delight that's on the ground. Peanut now trying to walk away, gets the fear of Zeka. Not going to be able to do enough. They're underneath in a turret, and they're still just...
By BLG, they got the Ahri ultimate early, and then because BLG tried, because HLE tried so desperately to get on Bin, that was really their last chance. They were never going to win a straight up 5v fight without the Ahri ult.
Minion wave conga lines in, and BLG, this is as by the book as it gets, but it looks like no way in.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to reset and then set up around Soul, unless...
The interruption on even the empowered recall. That is going to be Elk going down, and maybe HLE there for Elk as well. So if they do dive on top of him again, he can go golden. Has a bit of an answer here as now Peanut going to get stunned up here from Knight. This is a little bit too far forward. Does get the shield as on. Looks to try and buy some space. Peanut may have baited it though as the ulti comes through from Viper. They take down the Nocturne, and now it's Zeka that's the target. Delight just trying to play Peel. Viper still alive for the moment. The arrow going to be tanked by Delight, and Viper will just get smacked down in the team fight. Knight will be able to get another Spirit Rush as Doran doing his best to try and play 1 versus 3, but it's not going to be enough. Or at least he's going to buy a little bit of space, but then the chain's going to catch him. And 3 left for BLG. That's going to be an ace, and they might be able to just walk down the bottom lane.
Doran desperately tried to keep the game alive there, but he couldn't get enough gold in his back pocket. And BLG are marching down on bot side, taking the red side game for themselves.
10 seconds on Peanut. He might be able to clear the wave. I think this is going to be it, though, for BLG.
This is a dangerous one. Knight has so much damage. Now that Death Cap's come in, the AP going to be obliterating these Nexus turrets. The Nexus will be exposed.
They got it.
He makes them nearsighted, but the Nexus, it's right next to them, and they'll be able to take it down. Match point for BLG.
BLG might be near for them.
That's another
More
circle.
circles, more
That's
circles.
a real scary circle as the Galio heroically grand entrances up and available here for BLG. You love to see it. It's a tried and true combo that we.
So Bin's still level 1. They might be able to get this dive in fast before he can. He's saving his counter strike.
Yeah, on making his way in. It's going to be a decent counter-strike usage, but they do manage to break away. There's the flash heroic charge as Peanut
It's tough.
gonna have to get himself out of there, as I think that this is going to be too much. Viper tanking up the turret, and the turret is getting real angry. Bin just getting experience as this is going. And can they actually make this one happen? Meganar is coming on in relatively soon. Another counter-strike comes down. They get out of the way as Doran about to hit Mega. Can they get it? There's first blood going over to Viper. The knockup comes in and Doran survives.
Barely Hanwha are able to make that work, but crucially, they make that work. Bin will fall. The tower plates will go over. The interrupt comes through from On just to try and stop Doran getting to that wave on the top side. What do you do to an Ezreal? Land that Void Seeker, immediately ult in, end up nearly killing off Doran, but then a good response from Zeka to cover that play on the top side. It means that Shun as well still hasn't picked up a mark. Mark was on the first Scuttle Crab on the bot side. He's now on the another Scuttle Crab on that bot end of the map. So he should the Void Grubs, but BLG just happy to go for a trade on the map state right now.
Yep, looking for the Dragon in trade for the Grubs. We've seen this one agreed upon many, many times. And so BLG being able to pick up the first 3 as well means that it's only going to be an evened out Grub situation. And for the first time, we have no Void Mites, which is a bit sad because they're very cute.
It does mean that Zeka can't really approach this wave because Shun is already hooshing over. Hanwha trying to deny the dive from BLG in the bot lane with that push in mid. Knight can always join with the ultimate though, so this is very risky for Hanwha, but Zeka should be able to clear out the wave.
Yep, he is going to be able to steal away a quickness here as well. Definitely one of the more valuable in some of these skirmishes. Taking a little bit of a journey away, and Zeka's teleport will mean that the play does not work. However, they did have to invest that summoner
They got
spell.
to the bot side though, they were looking at a potential TP in here behind Hanwha.
There's
There
the
it is.
TP.
Yep, TP is going to come on through, and remember, Zeka does not have his, Doran doesn't have his. And I don't think Viper's going to be escaping this one. 3 versus 2. Delight just, he's getting out of there. Viper knows that he's the tastier target, so they're only going to lose that one.
And the Scuttle Crab.
Looks like contesting isn't actually on their mind, though. Zeka looking for that flank angle. The Rift Herald is going to be taken. And as we get the lane economy snap.
BLG go for Dragon. Hanwha potential trade for the topside turret here.
Yeah, it looks like Zeka without teleport. They had no intention of actually contesting for that Dragon. So it should be Earth, Wind, and Fire coming on through here as well on the cards for BLG, who have already got those first couple of Dragons.
Peanut thinking of denying that second mark on this top side of the map as well. You can see the Scuttle Crab is there, but here comes the charge.
Yep.
Rift Tower going to take us and open up at least a counter.
Zeka is sweeping things out, knows that that ward is there, and now looking to
watch
try and
out.
get under the turret. There's the quickness. It goes down the heroic entrance to come on in, and Zeka with that quickness makes his way to safety, but the turret cannot do that because it can't move.
Yeah, the kill would have been the icing on the cake, but the point of that play for BLG was to actually kill the turret. They had a huge amount of tempo accumulated. They got deep vision in the jungle, and they just collapsed nicely to even that turret score. And I would say that as Delight gets engaged on.
Yeah, that's a grand entrance to come on through. Too many entrances here as the Magnet Storm is going to be the response. Viper, so much damage, and there goes Shun. Where was
Flank, and the Drake's going down fast.
Yep, Knight can always join the rest of his team as well, so it doesn't matter that he is moving away. HLE are just going to try and brute force their way in as Zeka with that heroic entrance looking to come forward. That's going to be the steal to come through. The bullet time is interrupted, that they all pile in on top of Viper, and Elk executes him in that back line. Peanut picks up his buckler, gets that shield. Shun taking down Zeka is at full health, and Knight is now trying to beat him down. Doran trying to exit this fight as Zeka's is just getting thrown around like a ragdoll. Lands one chain, but it ain't enough, and it's a triple. Take their way over. Hanwha Esports, are they looking for a turn, or are they looking to burn? That's going to be the question. They break the blast cone. Has now been gonna take the long way around, does not have flash up and available. This should just be a 50-50. Is on gonna get thrown away by that big Gnar. The taunt gonna come down, lands only onto one as they get into the back line. The charm is beautiful here from Zeka. The bullet time this time will not be interrupted. And there goes the Galio. 4 versus 3 though now, as you can see, Peanut is down incredibly low. 3k health on the Baron, and Shun, he dived back into the pit. Viper still so incredibly healthy as in they go onto the Lamb's Respite. The Baron is included in this one, but it's kills now. Shun is dead, and the Baron is over to HLE. They'll wipe the fight. They get the Baron.
Just flip so much space. The interrupt from Peanut means that they get to kill Knight. Bin can't enter the fight. And it means that they're in to bring it back.
Dandy are gonna need some Hanwha life insurance after this one, I think, or at least some medical to make his way forward. But they're spotting it. They know what's going on. BLG do grab control of this dragon, though.
Bin's behind them.
Yeah.
They have no vision. They don't know where Bin is.
Yeah, Bin is now going to move on in. They spot him. That is going to be the Kindred locking down the Drake. Is now Doran. Decent position. Double circles. Double Gallios. Everyone's in the sky, but it's on. That goes down now into the backline. Goes Bin. Elk's going to join in the supercharger for all of that value. They take down Viper, and the Lamb's Respite buys all the time in the world. HLE are now running for the hills. It's a double kill again for Elk, and the Kaiser is just massive in this game. They're not done yet. Knight gonna get slowed down as Doran is in so much trouble. That's another bonk on the noggin, and Bin will be able to take him down. Now, Zek, I don't think this turret is that safe because these guys are incredibly tanky, but Knight is by himself. So maybe Zeka just kind of kills him. We'll just have to see as the taunt will connect and his friends are going to right back in again with these chains as he's trying to turn it onto Shun. He goes golden. Shun is 1 auto from dead as they get the knock up the Kingslayer for the help. And oh my god, how is that so close?
It is punch for punch. It is circle for circle. It is everything thrown between these two teams. But the
the heroic charge Elk is going to get caught out. And with the steadfast presence, he can't do anything, but the heroic entrance is going to be there. Gets a decent knock up, but there's a Magnet Storm. As now it's Knight that's in trouble. Doesn't have the same mobility as On, and he dies for his 80 carries sin.
Catching BLG, and just when it looks like BLG had got their footing, it's Hanwha fighting back now.
They do not want to give this one away. The Void Seeker
burn it.
is going to miss. And Hanwha Esports Doran on a decent flank angle here. He's going to charge up that Narbar as Bin with a counter-strike. Doesn't land it onto too many as now Zeka threatening with the quickness. And Doran's hit that Mega Nar. Bin, he goes down first. One after the other. They're looking to try and take them down. As Hanwha Esports move back towards the Baron. Doran tanking up these Baron shots. And Shun is so dangerous.
I mean, the Baron resets. I think HLE could have stolen it.
Knight TP back in as well. He's trying to get the flank opportunity. The 80 carries are just working.
Yeah, Shun is looking for a mark in the meantime. That's why we're zooming out so incredibly far. The teleport in from Doran. He's charged up all of that health once again. Missed time from On. Doesn't find the grand entrance. The Baron once again going down. Shun, good position. Dives towards Delight. Delight is going to be okay for the moment. Decent grand entrance is going to connect there as now Peanut gets the heroic charge into the wall. Knight going to take down Delight. They trade these supports as Viper in the Baron pit gets a full channel, and Knight is buying so much time. Elk is also so incredibly strong. It's another one into the wall. The Lamb's Respite to keep them alive, but another set of knockups. This time from Zeka and Elk. Can you do it again? Is he going to find it? The chain is going to miss. The GA comes down. He takes down Viper. He misses one. Elk is going to dive and he saves the game. And BLG, everyone can get in at a moment's notice. Teleports down for Knight, does not matter. Heroic entrance going to be there. There it is. But On is immediately dead. Now Knight in an awkward position, but Bin with that counter-strike. It's the ulti to come through from Zeka as well, but already Viper is out of this one. Elk is going to be traded. It's even footing now for the start of it, as Peanut's down incredibly low, but he runs pretty quickly, and it's Doran that's going to go down first. Bin is now amongst it. He's the one that has to carry this one through as Delight running the wrong direction, and it's once again Zeka against the world as Delight is trying to canter his way out of this one, and he might be able to get that flash off to escape as the rest of BLG
he's trying to buy time.
Chasing him down. That's going to be it. The Dance of Arrows comes on through. And there's nothing that Zeka's going to be able to do about it. This should be Mountain Soul for BLG and maybe a game-breaking win in this game.
It might just be the win. I don't see, with how close these fights have been, how you can overcome the Mountain Soul. Zeka might try something crazy with Kindred Ultimate, but I think he just knows that it's doomed if he would give away his life. So big win for BLG.
And it was a slow start for this Kindred. And Wei could not have done this. It's Shun coming back onto BLG after his hiatus in summer.
Could be a massive balloon of wealth to be put into this red side team. BLG look to crash down this top side.
Baron and Soul, HLE have to get such a massively clean engage, and even then, there's so much that can buy time. Galio, Kindred.
Oh, Wallop going to come on through there as now Zeka looking for Knight, but he's so tanky. This just takes way too long to try and take down the Galio as Voidseeker going to connect onto Doran.
He's in the bot side.
Yeah, and Bin is just going to demolish this turret, absolutely. Past goes Pina, going to be able to absorb the counter-strike, but look at this, it's just all of the structures falling one after the other. Inhibitor 1 will go down, Inhibitor 2 soon to follow. They are really starting to hurt. Knight going to finish off this Inhibitor because we know he can just heroic entrance to try and find more. HLE, you have to fight now if you want to try and keep your world's dreams alive. This is it. It is do or die, and BLG, they can sense a rematch with Weibo. Decent interruption there as Bin can't come on through, and the channel of the bullet time is good, but Zeka kind of whiffs the heroic entrance, and BLG just stand back. They play patient, and they remove the last Inhibitor, and they're now looking for Nexus turrets. So many buttons now on cooldown.
Walk it in.
Between BLG and another date with Weibo in a best of 5, and they're pretty good at those. They're now going to dive in, looking to finish this one off. Already the turret is going to be taken down. Peanut finds a decent ultimate. Yeah, that's just the Nexus rush. That BLG, they'll take down LCK's first.
Merci beaucoup, messieurs. Thank you so much, guys. Faites du bruit pour Arne et BLG, s'il vous plaît. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us as well, Wendy. Il y avait des allers-retours constants pendant cette game et c'est hyper difficile de savoir sur quoi tu te concentres finalement pour avoir la victoire dans des moments qui sont aussi clutch. There was a lot of back and forth during this game. What do you focus on in moments like this in order to get the victory?
恭喜你们获得比赛的胜利，非常焦灼的对局。同时也想问一下，可能在如此紧张激烈的比赛时刻，可能你觉得你们更多的关注点、你们的注意力会放在哪里，能够确保你们拿下最后的胜利呢？
我觉得我们打比赛的时候真的是特别帅的，因为我感觉我的队友们都把100%的精力都放在了游戏上，然后操作特别好，然后也会去教队友怎么打团，然后很细节。
So we kind of like, for the whole team, for the whole BLG, every single player, we just put 100% of effort, focus, or concentration into every single games. And we have tried our best to just teach and help the other teammates in order to get more information for the actual game. Try our best to have a good synergy and try our best to showcase the highest level performance.
Ce qui est important dans les moments comme ça, c'est justement de faire confiance à la synergie qu'on peut avoir, de donner un maximum d'informations à ses teammates, justement pour être on top et vraiment être capable de justement faire partie des plays qui vont définir la game et d'essayer d'avoir la victoire à la fin. Mais je pense que c'est difficile aussi dans ce genre de cas, considérant que c'était le first seed LPL contre le first seed LCK. Forcément beaucoup d'attentes du côté de BLG compte tenu du fait qu'ils sont favoris du tournoi ici. Qu'est-ce qu'il a pensé de leur performance et justement de la pression qu'ils avaient. This was an LPL versus LCK first seed matchup in the hope of getting first to semifinals, and I know that there was a lot of disappointment on their side after Swiss stage, especially given the fact that they're one of the favorites. Is it a favorite-worthy performance today, and does he feel like they were affected by pressure in any way?
那其实说到今天的比赛，是 LPL 和 LCK 1号种子的对决，而你们也将争夺非常宝贵的通往4强赛的一个门票。其实可能瑞士轮比赛之后，因为很多人对 BLG 有非常大的一个期待，所以说可能对于你们瑞士轮的表现没有那么的满意。所以说你觉得可能来到今天的比赛，今天这个 BO5，你们有没有打出大家非常期待的那种高水准的较量？同时你觉得所有外界的因素会不会给你们一些额外的压力呢？
我觉得我们能走到8强非常不容易吧，因为我们在瑞士轮的状态不是很好， 身为1号种子，但是却是最后一个进的，然后在瑞士轮发挥也没有给大家发挥出1号种子的实力，然后我觉得我们在瑞士轮每个人压力都很大吧，因为大家都想打得特别好，然后去想赢，然后就紧张了，会失误，然后。我觉得大家在8强赛调整得特别好，然后我希望我们下一场一起加油。
So I must say it was a very tough time for the whole BLG because we are the top seed from LPL and back in our Swiss stage we didn't showcase a very good performance. We kind of underperformed in so many games and definitely we feel like a little bit disappointment ourselves as well. And because of that we will like have a really strong willing to grab all the victory to just showcase ourselves. But because of that there's maybe some nervous and also some pressure on our shoulder, on every single player's shoulder. So because of that, we really have such a strong willing to grab all the wins. But still, I feel like so luckily we were able to really make a very good adaptation for this game, for today's matchup. And hopefully we're going to try our best to work on more stops and try our best to showcase a better performance in the future.
Il y a encore beaucoup de travail à faire du côté de BLG pour avoir la performance qu'ils estiment être vraiment à la hauteur d'un first seed de la LPL et d'un contestant au championnat du monde, mais ils trouvent que justement ils ont réussi à se concentrer sur les bons aspects. Peut-être qu'il y avait beaucoup de pression, surtout dû au fait qu'après les Swiss Stage, ils n'avaient pas eu la performance qu'ils attendaient. Beaucoup de choses à revoir, mais aujourd'hui c'est vraiment tous les joueurs qui ont montré un bon niveau et qui ont vraiment été sur la même longueur d'onde et sur la même page, et je pense que c'est quelque chose dont ils se serviront en tout cas pour la suite. Quelque chose qui n'est pas par rapport au jeu mais qu'on a vu sur les réseaux sociaux, je ne sais pas si vous l'avez vu ici dans la salle, mais c'était un 1v1 IRL entre Bin et On. C'est des joueurs qui se connaissent depuis très longtemps, qui sont équipiers depuis très longtemps, donc je me demande qui gagnerait dans un 1v1 IRL entre les deux. We saw a video on social media between you and Bin, and I know that you guys have a really, really good relationship, and we saw some kicks here and there. So what I'm wondering is, who would win in a 1v1 in real life between On and Bin?
来吧，说点比较轻松的话题。我们在赛前也有看到，你好像和斌哥因为一直关系都特别好嘛，然后赛前你们俩也是互相互动了一波，友好的互相踢一下、玩一下，然后一起在打闹。所以说也比较好奇，你觉得如果你和斌哥1v1真人 solo 的话，谁会赢呢？
因为斌特别喜欢 UFC， 然后他平时就会很抽象的对着空气打拳，在无聊的时候。我觉得我跟他 solo 的话就不用想，就是我输了。
Because Bin really love like watching all the UFCs, and somehow I don't know why, but he just like punched to the air on the air. So unfortunately, I feel like if the two of us have the 1v1, definitely I'll never have a chance to get a win.
Bin regarde beaucoup d'UFC et a même l'habitude de jeter des coups de poing dans l'air comme ça. Donc malheureusement, On pense que s'il y avait un 1v1 IRL, ce serait Bin qui le gagnerait. Dernière question, last question here for you. Vous arrivez en demi-finale, ça sera un rematch contre Weibo, une équipe qu'ils connaissent très très bien, une équipe qu'ils ont affrontée dans un match coup près également précédemment. Est-ce qu'il a un message pour ses frères de la LPL? You're going to play semi-finals against Weibo, a team that you know by heart. It was actually one of the clutch matchups last time you guys played each other. Does he have a message to his LPL brothers that he's going to face off against next week?
那其实你们在4强的对手，你们也要面对到 WBG， 相信你们从内心深处是非常非常熟悉彼此的，也记得上一次你们在大舞台上的对决是一场非常精彩的较量。所以说这一次再一次的和 LPL 的兄弟将在4强的舞台上相逢，有没有什么想要对 WBG、想要对你 LPL 的好兄弟说的呢？
我觉得我们在世界赛4强相遇，有一支队伍总能走到决赛是特别好的事情了。然后就希望我们打比赛那一场发挥出两边最好的实力，打出一场精彩比赛。
Definitely, I feel so happy that at least one LPL team can qualify to the grand final this year at the World Championship. So hopefully on that day, both teams, we can just showcase the highest performance we have and just show you guys a very exciting matchup.
L'assurance qu'il y aura une équipe LPL en finale est très important pour lui, mais en dépit d'envoyer un message, tout ce qu'il veut, c'est que les deux équipes montrent le meilleur niveau de League of Legends pour accéder à cette demi-finale. Et en finale, justement, thank you so much on Cheche, Wendy, thank you so much for the translation. On a fini ici. Paris, encore une fois pour BLG, on!
Thank you so much. I love Wendy's translation of that. She is obviously also very excited for BLG to make it, and here just the absolute elation and knowing this is a landmark victory.